Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to today's video. I am so excited about this one because I'm gonna be showing you my first impressions and thoughts about my first BoxyCharm box for the month of May. I finally gave in and subscribed to BoxyCharm after having seen it everywhere on my social media. I kept seeing it a lot on my Instagram page, a lot of people posting about it, raving about it, and I was just curious. I was curious about this box and I finally gave in and subscribed, and today I'm gonna be going over everything. My first impressions of the brand itself, what I thought before, what I think now, the products, the swatches, the unboxing, everything. So if you want to get the full scoop on this month's BoxyCharm box, then please stay on and keep on watching. Alright guys, so I'm gonna leave a timestamp right here in case you just want to jump straight into the products, but I am gonna talk a little bit about the brand itself. And one of the things that I wanted to touch on is that one of the things that kept me from subscribing to BoxyCharm was the price. I had a bad perception of the price. For some reason I thought that the monthly price was $30 to $40, which before was a little bit out of my budget, and it still would be, but I found out it's actually $21 a month. So that was a great thing for me to discover. I don't know where I heard this from or anything, so that was the first thing that kept me from subscribing to this box. And another thing was that I kept seeing sponsored posts. So of course when you see a lot of sponsored posts, you think that the product is maybe going to be another thing, or that people are just pretending to like this product because of course they're getting paid to promote it, which was, let me tell you, it was absolutely not the case. This is my very first BoxyCharm and I am so impressed with the products that I received, with the size of my samples that I got, the brands, and the performance of these products. So I subscribed to BoxyCharm in April 21st, and another thing that really surprised me was the turnaround in getting my first box. I subscribed on April 21st, and then 5 days later I got an email telling me that my first box was on its way. So that was pretty fast for me. I got my May box on May 5th. That's very early in the month, so that's very cool. When I got that email that told me that my box was on its way, it also gave me a tracking number which told me that my package was on its way via FedEx, and I received my box in the mail on May 4th. So of course this is the box that came in the mail. It came very neatly packed, and on the inside it does come with foam so that your products are nice and neat and there is no damage to them. So when I kept seeing BoxyCharm posts on Instagram, I kept seeing that the products were larger than your usual sample sizes. It might be that I'm used to the sample sizes that I get with Ipsy. I've been with Ipsy almost 2 years now, so maybe I was used to those. But when I kept seeing BoxyCharm posts, I kept seeing that the products were full-sized or near full-sized, and that people were getting like full-sized palettes with their boxes. And I thought, well, maybe it's because they've been subscribed to the service for a long time, and maybe as you go on you get better products as you've been subscribed for a longer amount of time, if that makes sense. Wasn't the case at all. Again, that was a whole idea on my head, and that was not the case. I am so happy with the products that I got on my very first box. Being a new member and already getting these kinds of products, I was very happy with that. Again, the price for the box is $21 a month, or you can prepay for an entire year or 6 months, I believe. Alright, so now let's move on and start with the actual products that I got in this month's box, starting with the Tarte Tarteist Pro Glow Liquid Highlighter in the shade Sparklers. So I had a little bit of mixed reviews with this product. It's the very first time that I'm getting to try this product out, and I'm kind of on the fence about it. First of all, I am wearing it on my shoulders right now, and I am wearing it on my face, and as you can see, it's a beautiful glow. It's such a powerful pigment. It's super pigmented, it's super glowy, but the thing that I didn't like about it was, number one, this shade was kind of like on the fence of being too dark on me. When I first applied it, it was kind of red, and if I move in certain angles, even on my face, it will look like a blush. It will look like I have like a red something on my face. It will be noticeable. And the other thing that I didn't like about it is that you have to move fast with this product. It dries up so fast that you don't get a lot of time to blend it in, so that you don't get any lines of product, like harsh lines. So when you're applying this highlighter on your face and you're trying to apply it with your fingers or with a sponge or with a brush, like a very densely packed brush, you don't have a lot of time to like move it around and make it like part of your skin, make it like blend in with your skin. You will have, if you don't move fast enough, you will have like a line of, like a mark where your skin starts and your highlighter starts, which of course isn't what you want in a product. So I do wish you had a little bit more time to work it on your skin, if that makes sense. But the other thing that I did like is that it's not sticky. It's been on my skin for a while now and it feels soft. It's not sticky at all. It doesn't transfer. Even if I'm like doing this to my skin right now, it doesn't come off on my hands, and it's a very nice product. The only thing that I would want is again to have more time to work it on my skin. The next product that I got on this box was the Pores No More Vacuum Cleaner Pore Purifying Mask by Dr. Brandt. Now I've tried this brand's skincare items before. I'm such a fan of their serums and some of their night creams, and one of the things that they're not known for is having good smelling products. I'm used to that, which is fine because some of their things do work and they work super well. So this wasn't the exception. I really love this cleaner, this mask. The only thing that I had a little bit of an experience with this mask. So I tried it first with a deep cleansing cleanser, like after that cleanser, and I went in right afterwards and it burned. So it wasn't like an irritation to my skin where I was left with like red skin or anything like that. It's just such a potent minty feeling in your skin that it kind of like burns if you go in before with a deep cleanser. Now I tried it again this morning and I went in with a more gentle cleanser, and I went in with this one right afterwards, and it was starting to do the same thing where the mintiness was so strong and potent that I was almost not wanting to bear it. But the longer that I left it in, the better it got, and I was able to go through like the entire 10 minutes of it working. It goes on like a gel, it has little beads in it, it goes on like a clear blue gel, and then it changes color and dries down. It's not a peel off mask, it just dries down to like white, and it just felt really nice on my skin. I would use it again. It says to use 2 to 3 times per week for maximum results, and I am gonna continue using it, but now I know not to use such a harsh cleanser beforehand and go easier on that, so that my skin will be able to bear this mask and just have a better experience with it now that I know how it works. Now I don't know if it actually does what it says it's gonna do, because of course I haven't used it for a long period of time. Like with any skincare products, you can't know based off of first impressions, but I am going to continue to use it. Of course, because of the size, I have plenty to use out of it, and maybe I will have results. I will see a difference, and I will of course let you guys know. And the next product that I got in this month's box was the Adesse New York High Definition Liquid Lipstick. Now, it's so funny that this is described as a liquid lipstick because it's not. It's a gloss. To me, it's a gloss because I am wearing it right now, and I mean from over there, you guys can see the shine on my lips. It's a very thick gloss actually, so if you can see it right here, it's very goopy because I did leave my box out on the hot sun for a long time, and it is kind of like goopy. I did change the texture of the lipstick because I did leave the box out for a long time, but here is the color, and it's a beautiful like a dark rosy, closer to brown, but it's just a beautiful nude. I really like it. It's right up my alley. The only thing is that it's super sticky. Number two, it's very thick, so when you go in and to apply it, it's so thick that you want to move the product around, but the doe foot applicator, it's so fragile that it bends when you're trying to move it on your lips, and I feel like at any point it's gonna like snap. So if I go even like that, the slightest, it is coming off of the wand. So I am trying to be a little bit careful with it because I do like the amount of pigmentation. You only need one swipe to cover your entire lips, and it's very beautiful. Of course, it's not transfer proof. It is very transferable. You do get it everywhere. My hair keeps sticking to it, so it's not long wearing, which I personally don't mind. I will keep on using it just because it's such a beautiful color, and it does give my lips like the glossy sheen that I like on them. But I'm just gonna go in expecting that I am gonna be feeling it on my lips all day. I'm gonna have to reapply and to be careful, of course, with my hair not sticking to it. And the fourth product that I got was the BrowGal by Tanya Crooks. It's the Instatint brown hair. That's the color. It's a tinted brow gel with microfibers. And the thing that, if you saw my previous video on the on my Birchbox for the month of April, then you saw that I've been getting a lot of brow gels with my boxes, and the thing that I explained there was that I don't know necessarily what they're supposed to do, but this one was a little bit different. What I liked about this one was the brush, that it's super tiny. You can barely see it there, and even though that the color was lighter than my actual brows, I was able to work through it. I was able to work with it, and it was very easy to apply on the brows because of the size of the brush. It was very easy to get it in there, and again, I don't necessarily know what they're supposed to do. I don't know if they're supposed to replace my regular pomade, if it's supposed to go on top of that, if it's supposed to, you know, like set the brows in place so that they're not like too bushy. I don't know how they're supposed to work, but I really did like it. I liked how it went in my brows and covered some of like the gaps that I have in between hairs. So again, if you can give me a little bit of like tips and tricks on how to use these, then that would be super helpful. And last but certainly not least, the very last product in my box was the You Had Me at Hello eyeshadow palette by ColourPop. This is actually my very first eyeshadow palette by ColourPop that I own, so I'm super excited about this one. Again, I had the super wrong idea that BoxyCharm for some reason only gave like full eyeshadow palettes or full-sized products to members that had been with them for a longer amount of time than I did, but that was not the case. It's my very first box, and I already got a full-sized palette, which I'm so excited about. I'm so excited to try out ColourPop. And yes, this is the palette, the KathleenLights palette, because the first thing that I noticed is that the sticker in the front and the sticker on the back are both crooked, and the sticker on the front, you can see that there's something underneath there, which I'm not gonna peel off the sticker. I'm not gonna be the one to do that because it's my very first ColourPop palette and I'm excited about it and I don't want to ruin it. I want to take care of it and I'm super excited. I was blown away by the quality of this palette. I mean, damn. It's super good. It's super good. I was very impressed with the quality and the shimmers in here. They are super pigmented and the mattes are very easy to blend. I mean, come on. They are super pigmented and they're easy to work with. This palette is perfect for everyday wear. I am wearing it on my eyes right now, of course, and I've been wearing it to work for the entire week. And another thing that really impressed me with this one was the longevity of it. So I would go into work without a primer and just like plop some of these like neutrals on my lid with my fingers, and they would stay on there for the entire day. They wouldn't move, and that's actually something that doesn't happen and it hasn't happened with my KKW palette. Some of the shimmers on there, actually the gold one, I use it a lot on my lid, and by lunchtime I would have to like finesse it a little bit because it does like crease, because I do have oily lids, so I would have to like retouch it a little bit and just get it back in place. But with this one I didn't have to do that. I've used this one right here and this one on my lids, and again I didn't have to retouch them at all day, so it's really impressive. The colors are very beautiful. Let me swatch another one. Let me swatch this one. This one is such a beautiful color for the inner corners. It just pops, and again it stays there all day. It doesn't move. I'm very surprised, and I wasn't expecting this kind of quality with ColourPop. The only thing that it does get super dirty in there, and I tried to like even clean it for this video so that it wouldn't be too dirty, but you're trying to clean it in there and then it moves. So it does get quite dirty, but it doesn't matter. I mean, the quality in these shadows was super good. I'm so happy with it. When you touch the shadows in here, they are super soft, and this one right here is super powdery. I can tell you the only shadow that I didn't like was this one, which I'm actually using right now on my outer corners right here, and it is patchy. This is the only one where I did run into problems when it comes to patchiness. It's this one right here when I try to use it on my outer corners. But other than that, as far as transition shades, the ones where you go on your crease, these two work beautifully. This one worked very well, and the shimmers I had no issues at all, because again I do use them with my fingers for the most part. But when it comes to this one, I've used it on my inner corners and I've used it on my lid, and it gave me no issues at all. So let's go through some swatches really quick. We first have the Knot, Moonstruck, Two Piece, and Candy Cream. We then have Winning Ticket, FBO, Look C, Fool's Rush, Pulling Strings, Want You Back, DTR, and Sparks Fly. And out of all of them, Sparks Fly was the only one that I had issues with. As I mentioned before, it's the only one in this palette that did give me issues with patchiness. Alright, so for this look, I first started with Two Piece, just as a transition shade first. And I also ran it first on my lower lash line. I then took the shade Pulling Strings on my bottom left just to deepen out that crease a little bit. This shade was a little powdery, but it still blended very well. And again, I ran it also on my lower lash line. I then took that deep brown shade Sparks Fly and ran it on my outer V. And as you can see, I had a little bit of a hard time just getting it to the opacity that I wanted, but I still was able to make it work a little bit. Then I blended out those edges. Then I went in with the very first color on the top left called The Knot, just on my inner corners and underneath my brow bone. Then I took that top right color called Candygram and I put it all over my lids with my fingers. It's a beautiful, like, dark pink color with gold glitter. I loved it. And then on my inner lower lash line, I did the color Fool's Rush right under Candygram. And then just to marry my top outer V's with my lower lash line, I ran a little bit of Sparks Fly also underneath my lower lash line. Then I took the color DTR just in the center of my lids to marry those two colors. Then at the end, I took that same fluffy brush just to get rid of any harsh lines. And that was it, you guys. That was the entire scoop, the entire roundup of all of the products that I got in this box. And I'm super happy with it. Again, I was super surprised with the fact that you get full-sized products, even if if this is your first month with BoxyCharm. So that's awesome. And as far as just like a really brief summary of all of the products, the palette, amazing. I'm gonna keep using it. The lipstick, I am gonna keep using it because it's such a beautiful color and it gives my lips such a beautiful texture, glossiness, and of course I am gonna go in with the expectation that I'm gonna have to keep reapplying and that it might stick to my hair, but that's okay. As long as it gives my lips that beautiful look, I'm fine. The BrowGal, I am gonna keep using it. I'm just gonna try and keep perfecting how I work with brow gel, so it is gonna stick around with me. The Tarteist Pro Glow by Tarte, I am gonna keep using it just on my body, not on my face, because it did leave me with a dark cast. It's kind of on the fence of it being good for my skin tone, but it's not. In certain angles it doesn't look good on my face, but on my body it does look really nice. It does give my skin a beautiful glow, so for summer for sure it's gonna stick around and I'm just gonna use it on my body. And last but not least, of course, the Purifying Mask by Dr. Brandt. I am gonna keep using and I'm gonna just go through all of it. I am gonna stay in touch and see how it works on my skin, if it cleans out my pores as it says it does, and I am gonna go through all of this one too. So yeah, I mean, as you can see, I'm super excited about all of these products, and I can't wait to see what the next month will bring and to see what other products BoxyCharm is going to introduce me to. And for $10 more than I am paying with Ipsy, it's a fantastic deal on the products that you're getting. If you don't like them, of course you can donate them. If you don't like them, you can share them with your friends, and it's just a wonderful box. So I really liked it. I'm glad I subscribed, and of course stay tuned for more videos like these, because I am going to be doing more unboxings in this channel. So if you do want to stick around for those videos, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit that like button. It lets me know what kind of content you guys like to see in my channel. Don't forget to leave a comment. Tell me which products you got in your BoxyCharm for the month of May if you are a member as well. Tell me which products you liked from this box, what your thoughts are, comments, opinions, anything. That's a comment section for you. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for being here, and hopefully I will see you all on my next video. Bye guys.